you, Rick. So from June 12th, temporary Nux Line blog, written by Charlie Stella. These are Charlie's words. It's a scary thought, but I'll be giving the student graduation speech. I'll have props, like movie props, a lesson I learned from marketing research with Steve Roth. I'll not talk about the 25 pounds I've gained since the program started, 4 of which I've lost back this past week, or the fact that the Boston Brunettes won the Stanley Cup during my first summer residency and are poised to win it again starting tonight. I will not discuss the see-through coffee on Star Island. I will not mention falling off the 10-step cussing wagon due to the long drives to and from New Hampshire alongside the divine Miss Potty Mouth May Caldwell. You cannot believe the mouth of that woman. Nor will I discuss trying to follow Steph, Mario, Andretti Milligan of mountain roads at 95 miles per hour. And I will never bring up the hustle my third semester mentor Rick Adams handed me on the basketball court on Botany Bay, Star Island. I'm sure Rick is taking good care of our Volvo. It'll all be program related with some nicknaming, no more clues, and of course Mama Stella has some advice for me. Mama Stella, watch your mouth, you. Me. Ma, I already told Diane I'll be cool. Mama Stella, who's Diane? Me. The program director, she warned me too. Mama Stella, oh, she must have read something you wrote. Me. Ma, she was my final semester mentor. Mama Stella, the hell is that? Me, she was my teacher. Mama Stella, and she didn't smack you? Me, of course not. You gonna miss me while I'm away? Mama Stella, how long you going for? Me, 3 days of fun and music and nothing but fun and music. Mama Stella, the hell are you talking about? I omitted another line. Me, 3 days. I'll be gone for 3 days. You gonna be all right? Mama Stella, I'm 84 years old, you moron. I think I'll survive. Me, I'm gonna mention you in the speech. Mama Stella, I'll say a prayer. I love you, Mommy. Why, Charlie writes. 1, it's how he landed his Principessa Anne Marie. 2, it keeps him out of trouble. 3, he gets to sit while he's doing it. Other things you may want to know about Charlie, he's the author of now 8 Fast and Furious, highly praised crime novels, several short stories and screenplays. He's a produced playwright and he played football for the University of North Dakota. And if he wasn't married to his Principessa Anne Marie, he'd be married to the Buffalo Bills, as we always see throughout his emails, Go Bills. But he was generous with me, and when he would sign his emails, he would say, Go Bills, Go Packers. Charlie continues to bring humor, conviviality, commitment, and a work ethic second to none to this program. Very simply, he is not only one of the program's biggest advocates, he is the biggest advocate of each student, alum, and faculty member, as we all see regularly in his popular blog, Temporary Nux Line. Charlie puts others first. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our student graduation speaker, Charlie Stella.
How great is this? Thank you. Faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates, Amici one and all, welcome and good evening. Or as we say in Brooklyn, hey, how are you? It is truly an honor to address you tonight. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I extend a heartfelt thanks to all those who supported our journey, family and friends, and especially those who may have caught pneumonia on their second vacation in 3 years. How cool is this? We're graduating. Another crop of writers has taken our place in the program, and my Buffalo Bills are undefeated in 2013. Seriously, they haven't lost yet. How fast time flies. 2 years ago, we were preparing for our first trip to Star Island. And now, first and second semester students get to coast at the Mountain View Grand. Then again, none of them will experience a residency on Star Island, should they ever want to. They'll have to commit a crime first. Probably a felony, and then they'll have to be convicted. I kid about Star Island. And who could forget our return trip to civilization after our first residency? This while they were filming The Perfect Storm. There was a lot of upchucking on the Thomas Layton before it docked, and then we were drenched in a monsoon while trying to sort out our bags. The divine Miss Potty Mouth May Colvin and I drove back to New Jersey, the heat full blast, trying to dry off. The mouth on that woman. But enough about Star Island. Here's where we bestow the order of nicknames on a few of the staff from our first second residencies. Here's where I get jiggy with it. After today, it'll be up to the rest of you to carry on this tradition, nicknaming staff and each other. Nicknames are important. They help form bonds of affection and later in life offer clues to those with fading memories. In a prior life, for obvious reasons, my nickname was Slim. When I first inquired about a low residency MFA program, I used Google and found Southern New Hampshire University. I sent off an email, and a day or two later I received a phone call from the program founder, Bob McGeeving. Pleasant conversation ensued, at the end of which he mentioned a blood oath. I have to admit, I was a little leery, a little confused. Then it hit me after my wife, hung up and my wife said, "So how'd it go?" I said, "Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back." No one should be fooled about my pronunciation of Bob's last name tonight. It wasn't easy getting it right. It takes much practice and perseverance. My first attempts were something like Bob McGee, Bob McGay, Bob forget about it. So our graduating class came up with Bobby Bada Bing. Now, nicknaming requires observation. First semester students, if you haven't figured her out yet, Diane LeBeck, which we originally pronounced Diane Les Buckets. Take charge, get it done, no excuses, strive for excellence personality. Diane will run meetings on what is known as Lombardi time, which is why I call her Little Vince, as in Lombardi. If your meeting starts at 11, get there at 10:45. And don't make excuses. Because all you're going to get is Little Vince, and just do it. Now, it's not that she'll yell and scream, but I do remember a particular reading on Star that Diane gave. She whipped out this long curved horn. I don't know what it was. She pressed it to her lips and blew really hard. Ships all along the East Coast immediately returned to shore. Then she became very animated when she told us about hunting with a crossbow from a tree. She was going after some mountain lion, and the mountain lion was coming to the tree. They were face to face, and I'll admit, she's whacking a mountain lion with a crossbow. I'm nervous. Lisa Allen does much of the grunt work for the program and is often flooded with Facebook questions about one thing or another. I know because I asked most of those questions. And last night we went to the Hampton, the dorms, and Lisa was the party upstairs, downstairs, and she says, "Out of my purview." From now on, we gave her a get out of jail free card. It's Diane. First semester students, pay real close attention. There was once a very noisy student who woke Katie Tower on Star Island. He subsequently disappeared. It is assumed she is sleeping with the fishes. Katie is the godmother of the MFA program. Rick Harry's love of the Menaki football giants has earned him the moniker Menaki True Blue. Okay. And make no mistake, he will be cruel come your third semester critical research paper, making you cite every reference you use, including those with internet strings that go on for 6 or 7 or 8 pages. And should you see him shooting hoops and he misses, don't be fooled, Rick has game. When Mama Stella saw a picture of Mitch Weiler, she said to me, "Be careful, Sonny. He looks like one of those Russian gangsters." Even without his pirate ship, Merle will always be Captain Merle. Right, yeah, R. Remember that the next time you're walking along, gathering your thoughts, or listening to the birds, and somebody scares the crap out of you. I actually wrote that R shtick into my next crime novel. I couldn't resist it. Now, you may have had to see the movie Goodfellas to appreciate this. Ann Garvin, wonderful person. She'll make you laugh whether you want to or not. Because she's so funny, the moniker Funny Girl is just, it's too lame. I mean, it's too lame. So I nicknamed her Annie Ha Ha. The way I'm not done. So on one side it's Annie Ha Ha. And on the other side, Ha Ha How. What, like I'm a clown? I'm going to use you? Tell me how I'm funny. Tell me how to fill in the blank. Am I so fill in the blank? Then there's Craig Charles, our very own desert father, or as I like to think of him, SNHU's Wild Man of the Azores, the desert, Antarctica, and some cornfield in Iowa. You're going to love Craig's presentations. They're really they're amazing. They're unique, always worth more than the price of admission. Rounding out the last of my staff nicknames is, Wiley, I don't see so good cash. Now, most of you know I'm a true slave to fashion. You know, they make fun of my Buffalo Bills ensembles, but let's face it, I'm a fashionista. Every single residence, I'm wearing one of my Buffalo Bills' beautiful outfits. Wiley's looking right at me, and he says, "So how are the Jets this year, Charlie?" X-Ray Wiley. Okay, the newer members of the staff were spared, so it'll be up to the rest of you to fill in their nicknames. We leave in charge. Selena Sal's a little Gronk. All right, so here's where it gets more serious, especially with first-year students. Many people, fellow crime writers and friends, ask me why, after having already been published at 55 years of age, I enrolled in an MFA program. Simply put, because life is too short to deny ourselves what we love. I became hooked as a writer in a creative writing course 38 years ago, after my first writing mentor, Dave Gresham, read the opening lines to a crime novel, The Friends of Eddie Coyle. My love of literature, theater, crime fiction, and most forms of music never ceased. But pursuing those loves was often delayed, denied, and ignored, and for all the wrong reasons. In defense of MFA programs, let me say this. Raw talent may well lead you to publication someday, but raw talent can only be enhanced in programs like this. What will determine your success is the work you put into this program and all your future writings. And make no mistake, you'll have to work. But the rewards will always equal your efforts. So yes, it should be a blood oath. You will learn much from your time here, much more than you can imagine. You will leave each residency so juiced to write. And what you will share with one another within this community is priceless. It will help you persevere beyond self-doubts, the naysayers, and all the other obstacles life might place in your way. This program will keep you going, so never give up on it. Each of you are in this program because you are writers. You are not one. A graduate here is a better writer today than we were when we showed up for our first residency. No one is beyond learning, no matter your age, no matter your experience. Whether you pursue genre fiction, nonfiction, literary fiction, graphic novels, whatever you choose, you'll be a better writer down the road because you're here now. So make the commitment, take the blood oath, make the most of the resources available. Trust me, the next 2 years are going to fly. Maximize your efforts and enjoy the ride. And remember this, you owe no one an explanation as to why you want to write. But you do owe it to yourself to be the best writer you can be. That's why I enrolled in this program, and it's been one of the very best choices in my life. I truly love being a part of all this. Graduates, we rock. Go Bills, go Rangers.
And go Packers.